Evening, y'all. Chief Prepper here. Yeah, I got a hat on. Can't see it too good because of the camera angle, but getting ready to go out. Got all ready to do this last weekend or weekend before. Getting ready to start raining, so it didn't happen. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be going outside. I'm going to start a fire in my little fire pit that I have. I'm going to sit outside. It's going to be hot because that's what it is in Texas right now. Listen to some music, I'm gonna drink some beer. So one of the things that everybody talks about but doesn't actually call it what it is as preppers we stack assets and capabilities. So right now, if you don't know how to fish, you at least need to be investing in fishing hooks, sinkers, string. I would say 10, 20, maybe some 50-pound test. The only reason you need 50 is you can run a trout line with that. You don't know what that is, look it up online. Because you're not going to have time to sit at the lake all day. So, I've had cast iron pots for at least 2 years, so 2.5 now. Didn't need them. Well, I bought them in preparation for what I still think is coming. So, the fact that I'm using them should tell you that I'm testing stuff out because I don't want to be trying to fucking learn how to cook with that shit and ruin food that will be very, very hard to come by because you don't know what you're doing. So, I am getting ready to plant some corn. It's late, but down here we have, I think I'm going to call it a late growing season. I think I'm going to plant 12 stalks or 12 pieces of corn and see what happens. So I've been gardening on and off since 2003. Used to just be container gardening and we were just farting around with it. We weren't really serious. Since 2020 I've gotten a lot more serious. So I've pretty much decided that my garden is about 1/8 the size that it would need to be in order for me to grow food to feed me and my wife. I just picked a basket of tomatoes and she's taking them all to work tomorrow because we can't eat them fast enough because I don't eat them that often. I'm getting ready to try and make some salsa. So you need to think about the food that you like to eat and then you need to learn how to make it. See if we can change the angle. Okay. Yeah, you can see me better. Trust the dusty hat on. Hat only fits when I got short hair or shorter hair. Used to be a high and tight guy. Now I got hair. So, anyway, you need to stack assets like guns or weapons of peace. You need to stack assets like ammo. You need to outfit those weapons of peace with things. Magic Prepper did a great video showing night vision capabilities, infrared capabilities, and all kinds of other shit. So you need to look at that one because that's a good video to look at to get a perspective. Unfortunately, it's very expensive. It's $3,000 just for the PVS 14 type monocular night vision. The helmet and some of the stuff he had is another $3,000. So, just having a night vision device would be of great use. Now, I will tell you, there's some stuff going around YouTube, and I've seen some stuff advertised. It's called LV100 and NV100. NV100 is a bino set of NVGs. Probably not that great, but something is better than nothing. And the LV100, I think, don't quote me on this, just kind of do a search and look around for it. You start typing it in, it'll start showing up. It's something that you can clamp onto your scope that allows you to use your scope as is, but turns it into night vision. So it's probably not really that great, but something might be better than nothing if you can't afford it. So I'm not endorsing it because I don't even have one, so I don't even know if they work. I just watched some videos on it. I would highly encourage everyone to learn how to shoot both left and right-handed, both pistols and long guns. I will be going to the range next week to try shooting lefty. Some of you might say, why? Well, I can see out of my right eye, but everything after about 3 feet is blurry. Now, they did a vision test. I just did my third post-op visit. Doctor says I'm healing well. It'll be another Monday next week. Will be 6 weeks since the surgery, and it'll be 6 more weeks before I'm healed. Right around that time, I go back to see the retina specialist, Dr. Baker, on August 1st, and she's already given me a referral to a cataract surgeon. I see him on August 14th, so sometime in the not too distant future, I will be having cataract surgery. And if he offers it to me within a couple weeks of the appointment, I'm going to take it, because I'm very concerned that the balloon is going to go up. Now, I watch Bear Independent kind of a little bit. Sometimes I can't take his attitude and his personality, but he still puts out good information. He read some intel today. Just go watch his video from today. All right, he read some intel from some people that work in DoD contracting, and it might give you some information you might want. You see Travis from Prepared Homestead. You see Bear Independent. You see other people kitted up. When I say kitted up, they got their body armor on, their weapons, their stuff. It's very, 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 very important that you learn how to outfit that and wear it before you need to. It's not something you want to be trying to fucking put together after the balloon goes up. My kit is sitting upstairs on a stand. I can take a video of it sometime for you guys so you can see it, but it's already set up. And about 3 or 4 months ago, I reorganized some stuff on it, and there's something I've been meaning to get that I haven't, that I'm going to go get tomorrow probably. I'm going to take a Harley ride. The place I want to go to is close to somewhere else I need to go to, so I'm going to go visit the graves, go by a military surplus store. I'm going to get a Camelback to go on the back of my body armor, clip it in place, and have it permanently mounted. That's going to do 2 things for me. It's going to counterbalance my body armor. So right now my body armor is left side and front heavy. So what that will do is make it'll have one side not as heavy. So then there are other people that I've talked to. I don't agree with running a belt and a kit, but there's somebody that I know that said that he got into something and he had to come out of his fucking kit, and because he did not have a belt, he was in the middle of a fucking battle with nothing to shoot back with. So maybe you need to run a belt with weapons and stuff, and a kit, which is your body armor setup. So I realize you can't be in the middle of something. You can't be trying to stop and adjust that shit, which means you're going to rub yourself raw if you need to change it, and then you need to set it up, and you need to wear it, you need to move around in it, you need to figure out what works and what doesn't work. You need to do that right now. Alright? So I've had my body armor on. I recently changed out to bigger. I did 11 by 14 level 4 plates. I had, I want to say 10 by 12s, and I was running steel plates. So the steel plates would stop almost anything, but the ceramics are supposed to be better and lighter, but because I changed the size plates, I didn't gain any weight advantage. So I do need to find my helmet. I can't find that damn thing, so if I can't find it, I will go buy another one and outfit it. Go to military surplus stores, look for Mitch helmets, and then try to find the right pads for your helmet. There's a fitting process that you need to go through. If you don't know how to do it, then I don't know what to tell you. And get with, try to find you an old Kevlar, old Cape Hot. So much heavier, much less comfortable, still does the job. So Magic Pepper put out in his video that maybe you need to just get a bump stop helmet for his MVGs. He's running more of a harness and some earphone things that detect noise and also block out high decibel noises automatically. They switch back and forth. So this is my dog Kate too. He's my buddy. He's my big boy. He's my rip your throat out dog. So he's all excited because I think he knows we're going to go out front. So I did a video a long time ago about this. You can see it. That right there is a fishing lure with a hook on it. So if you wear a felt hat and you got some kind of band that's not hard plastic, you can carry hooks in your shit all the time. And then what happens is, instead of having to carry them in your fishing kit, you can do that. And there's all kinds of cool ways you can carry fishing lines. It's not fishing lines, so keep that in mind. And as you can tell, I've had this hat for a long time. So, hey, stop. Anyway, you need to be paying attention to what's going on. I firmly believe when the time is right, there will be kinetic battles here. I just don't see it any other way. There can't be any other reason for China sending so many males, fighting age males, into our country. Now, what they're going to go after and what they're going to do, I don't know. We can't live without electricity. So I was talking to my dad about that shit today. He was like, yeah, if it goes out, stays out, come get me. So, they take out the electricity for 90 to 180 a year, 90 to 180 days to a year, and they turn off the medicine. There's gonna be a lot less of us here. I went the wrong fucking direction on medicine. I went from taking 2 or 3 to seven medicines a day because the doctor freaked out last time I saw her. I was talking to her about my eyes. She said my blood work was all fucked up. She was pissed, and she was giving me the fucking. You give me what for? So, I am considering spending some money with Jace Medical to get a year's worth of my meds. I don't know if I'll be able to afford it because I don't know how much it'll cost. None of those medications are cheap anymore, and I can't do it through insurance. But I can get 90 days at a time through the VA. So if I just did 180 days, half a year worth, then that would get me a long ways. Then you need to understand, everybody's going to lose weight. Everybody's going to get skinny. If you read 1 second after and you think you read about what they went through, they were eating squirrel. They were eating dogs. One of them was their pet. I said before many times, you get hungry enough, you eat your best friend. I ain't talking about fucking Scruffy. I don't know what to say anymore. I don't even know how to get more prepared than I am. I'm way further down the road than most. So, yeah. I do have some things I'm going to take care of tomorrow. I'm going to put some more stuff in Faraday cage bags that are nice to have, but I got to charge them up before I do, or make sure they're charged. And then when I go hunting, I got to pull a couple out. Yeah. Today, I spent a lot of time in the last 4 days dealing with a car. So the car, I ordered an intake, came in, sitting in the back seat of the car. This is the second one. The first one was completely wrong. The second one I thought was going to be right. And it might have been something that I could make work, but it was missing something very important. So I spent 4.5 hours, what's today, Friday? Wednesday with the hired help, taking apart the motor, the top of the motor, and pulling the intake out. When I got the intake out, I went and grabbed the new one out of the back seat in the box, still sealed, looked at it. The new one was missing a vacuum port. And unfortunately, it's one of the vacuum ports that I cannot live without. And had extras in a different place, but it was in a place that I couldn't use because this particular motor has a bracket that goes on the back of the carburetor that where the other ports were, so I can't use it. So I went back yesterday, returned one, talked to the manager. She's seen me in there several times. She knows what's going on, so she told the guy to order 2. I have to pay for them. Same manufacturer, same model number, but the picture on the screen and the actual piece look different. She said the pictures are supposed to be what the piece looks like. Okay. I went back today. I also ordered a Valley pan. I didn't have to pay for any of that. So today I went back, looked. Both the intakes that they ordered were the same. They were the wrong kind. And then I went ahead and paid for the Valley pan because I'm going to need that if I can find an intake. So in the end, what's going to happen if I cannot find an intake, either through some parts store or what do you call it, in a junkyard, I'm going to have to put a different motor in that car. So that's going to be way more money than I want to spend. So, and I'm going to go next week and talk to a guy that did some work on my wife's truck and rebuilt that motor. And I might have him rebuild the one that's on the car, but it doesn't need to be rebuilt. I just need a fucking intake. So he might have an intake. If he has an intake, then I might buy it. There's another place I can hit that might have it, and then I'm going to a junkyard on Sunday. So on Magic Prepper's video a while back, like a couple weeks or within the last week, he did one on M16s and handguns and basically repair parts. You definitely need to get an entire bolt carrier group for your AR. Get a good one, the one you like, and get the other parts that he talked about. It would not be a bad thing to have. Now, if you don't know how to take it apart and do that, then maybe you'll find someone who can. But your ARs will fail over time. I do need to get off my ass and look up all the model numbers of the generators I have and order spark plugs for all of them and maintenance repair kits, because if I don't get that soon, that's going to be a problem. And then you got the UPS strike, which is looming, so even if you order it, if you don't order it like within soon before the strike happens, then you're going to be waiting a while, because FedEx is going to suck it up, and then they're going to piss off their employees, and then they're going to strike too. So it's a rather long video, but I'm trying to talk about shit that everybody needs to be thinking about. You already know there's going to be a shortage of grain, shortage of flour, shortage of corn, shortage of wheat, right? And then they just flooded the fucking valley, the breadbasket of Ukraine. So the entire world is going to be hungry soon. So if you have the money out and you know how to make bread, and you know how to do things, you know how to cook beans, you know how to cook rice, and you eat that shit, stock up on it. I think we're hurtling towards a point in the world where people are just going to literally starve to death. I mean, hopefully the richer countries, unfortunately America is considered richer, maybe we won't be hit as hard, but I don't see us not being affected by this. So, you know, I keep harping on food. You need to pay attention. So, and you know, Department of Homeland Security already came out and said electrical grid's compromised. Expect rolling blackouts or nationwide grid down. Can you live without electricity right now? Can you bake? Can you cook? Can you bathe? You need to understand shit's getting ready to get stupid. So you're being warned all over the place. All over YouTube, all over everything. Do what you can to mitigate the problems and risks that you know about. Think about what you like. Think about what you enjoy. Think about what makes you comfortable. And realize that may all have to be in one room, because if you only have a generator, you don't want to run a big generator, you may only be able to cool down one room. You may be cooking, living, sleeping, and eating in one room. Anyway, information is knowledge and power. Chief Prepper, out.